Damian Lillard is one of the league's most talented point guards. He can shoot from virtually anywhere, he can create for his teammates, he's a great leader, and most importantly, he's got a great work ethic. Today we're going to be talking about how Damian Lillard went from 3 stars to superstar. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to say 2 things. One, thank you guys so much for all the support you've been showing recently. Every single day I get on and see a new subscriber or new comments about NBA opinions that just put such a big smile on my face. And I really just want to say thank you guys so much for that. Also, secondly, by the time you guys are watching this, there should be a post on a fellow basketball YouTuber's channel. His name is Hoops Radar. The link's going to be the top one in the description. We just made a collab video together talking about the Clippers. If you guys could go over there, check it out, show some love, maybe drop a comment and a like. I know he would appreciate that, and he'll be replying to all the comments over there. And in my comment section right now, please go down in the comments and let me know if you think Dame and the Blazers are going to make the playoffs this year. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Coming out of high school, Dame was ranked as a 3-star recruit and only had offers from Wichita State and SMU. These were not eye-popping top-tier college basketball schools though, so Dame ended up choosing to play at Weber State. Lillard started his tenure at Weber State as a freshman, averaging only 11.5 points, but he was named the Big Sky Freshman Player of the Year and a first-team All-Big Sky. His sophomore year, he raised his scoring average to 19.9 points per game and led the Wildcats to a conference championship. And at the end of the season, Lillard was awarded with the praise of being the Big Sky Player of the Year, as well as also an honorable mention for the All-American by the Associated Press. Unfortunately, just as things were looking bright for a 19-year-old Dame, in 2010 and 2011, he led the Big Sky in scoring with 19.7 points per game before suffering a foot injury 10 games into that season that forced him to derail and sideline and take a medical redshirt leave for the rest of the year. Next year, Lillard averaged 24.5 points and led the nation in scoring throughout most of the year, but ended up finishing second to Oakland University's Reggie Hamilton, who, this is just an interesting thing to say out loud, he wasn't even drafted, but he was leading that section of college basketball in points per game. I don't know about you guys, but I just think that's ridiculous. On December 3rd of 2011 against San Jose State, Damian Lillard scored a college career high 41 points, including a game-winning three-pointer, which we all know he's capable of doing that. Weber State a 91-89 double overtime win, and at the end of the year he was named a first-team all-conference player, obviously with no questions, and he won his second Big Sky Player of the Year like I talked about in the beginning. Also, it's worth mentioning that Lillard was a finalist for the Bob Cousy Award, but he did not win it. But now, with the taste of success in his rear view and being widely regarded as the top point guard prospect in the country, Lillard decided to skip his senior season and enter the 2012 NBA Draft. He finished his college career as the number 2 scorer in Weber State history, scoring a total of 1,934 points, and a number 5 scorer in the Big Sky history.
With the 6th pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Damian Lillard of Weber State University.
After being selected 6th in the 2012 NBA Draft, Damian Lillard's start to his NBA career was fascinating.
Damian Lillard certainly didn't look like a rookie tonight. You had to find an answer for him. He did late, but what did you think about his game?
I mean, that boy's serious, man. He's serious, and he's not afraid of anything. And, he has a whole package. He's got the 3-ball, the mid-range, get all to the rim, obviously. And we just had to go get him. We just had to say to hell with it, just go trap him.
As you guys saw, his first game in the league, he goes toes with one of the top 5-10 greatest players of all time, depending on who you ask, and it's truly remarkable. But I just remember after that game, the praise that Kobe had, the respect. If you guys watch Kobe, you understand, players like him or Jordan or Bron, they don't just go out of the way to compliment people unless their game truthfully speaks for themselves. And it did. Dame would continue to ball out for the rest of the 2012-2013 season before being awarded the Rookie of the Year award, averaging 19 points, 6.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds, shooting 42% from the field and 36% from three-point land. The year following, at just 23 years old, he was selected for his first All-Star and first All-NBA teams. In 2014 to 2015, fast forward another year forward, Dame started 82 out of 82 games for the third year in a row. This is something that I don't think Dame gets enough credit for. Obviously, right now we're seeing him battle with a lot of injury, but if you go to his basketball reference and just take a peek, you can see that in pretty much every single season leading up to this last one, the one after he hurt his ribs in that Golden State series, he's played around 80, 82 games. I mean, it's 82, 82, 82, 75, 75, 80, 73. Like, these are impressive numbers to stay that healthy. Longevity is something that is not talked about a lot in the grand scheme of things, and I just have to shine some light on that. But like I said, he was starting all these games, and he was really starting to pick up some real rhythm, averaging career highs in points, rebounds, steals, and field goal percentage. However, this year in 2015, he was shooting a career low 34% from three-point land. And that's okay, because the Trailblazers started to see their first bit of regular season success, finishing as the 4th seed in the West with a 51-31 record. Unfortunately, they faced the powerhouse, grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, and they lost in a gentleman's sweep 5 games. Fast forward to 2016, a big year for Dame and the Blazers. On July 9th, 2015, going into the 2016 season, Lillard inked a 5-year, $120 million contract extension with the Trailblazers, which at the time was nuts. The Blazers did not see much success for the next 2 years, so we're just going to skip over that and fast forward to 2018, which is the last year I'd like to talk about. Like I said, the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was this 2018 playoff run in specific. It was so special because Dame truthfully turned himself into Logo Lillard in the short span of a couple months. He was showing no remorse for other franchises. On April 23rd, Lillard hit one of the most iconic game winners in playoff history, a 37-foot game-winning three-point at the buzzer beater over Paul George that was quote-unquote a bad shot, and he finished that night with a career-high playoff 50 points to help the Trailblazers not only beat, but did I say eliminate the Thunder that night from the playoffs with that 118-115 victory. He finished that last three-pointer. It made him go 10 three-pointers on that night, breaking the franchise record for the Portland Trailblazers. In the next series, in Game 1, Dame came out hot again against the Denver Nuggets, scoring 39 points. Unfortunately, Denver stole that first game. In Game 6, he came back with a 32-point game performance again, but they ended up winning this one 119-108, and that's where things get interesting. We're going to Game 7. We got Nuggets versus Blazers. Dame's been balling all series. We think he's going to come out and drop another 40, another 50 bomb. No. He shoots 3 of 17, only scoring 13 points. Thank the Lord, CJ got so deep in his bag and carried that Portland Trailblazer squad. Anytime I get the chance, I will talk about CJ in that Game 7 because my Lanta. This dude, guys, I promise, you don't even have to go back and watch the whole series or the whole game. Just go watch back the last 5 minutes of CJ getting those buckets. There was this one on the elbow that was I'm going to stop talking about it before I get too excited. Just please go watch that series. As you guys know, they ended up winning that game. And for the first time since the 2000 season, we have the Portland Trailblazers in the Western Conference Finals. Unfortunately, like I said, in Game 2 of the Conference Finals, Lillard separated his ribs. He continued to try to play through the pain for the rest of the series. But as we know, the Trailblazers were swept in 4 games. However, though, before I put a cap on this conversation, I do have to just say that those games were a lot closer than people remember, and I'm pretty sure in 2 or 3 of them, the Trailblazers actually had a double-digit or even up to 20-point lead, so there really is no excuse for them losing that series. I understand Dame was hurt, but with the amount of momentum they built up and the amount of leads that they blown, you can't be upset as a Portland fan because I mean, you can, but you can only be upset in your players, if that makes sense. And here is where I end the video, because you guys know what Dame's career looks like since this. Like I said, there's been a lot of sitting and resting his ribs, and he even got surgery on them, I believe. The Blazers have a very different team this year, and I'm excited to see what they can bring to the table. Dame is an amazing talent, and I'm glad no matter what his ranking was in high school, he was able to keep pushing and preserve to becoming a superstar. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. It doesn't hurt. It's free. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.